Here we have the BWINE M3a1. So BWINE sells on Amazon. I believe they sell direct as well. They really only made one other blaster before. They had an M4A1, and it was very unique. It wasn't quite a Gen 8. It wasn't quite a Gen 9. It had characteristics of both, and that was kind of an orange and a clear blue color. So this is their newer version. This is their M3A1. I guess they just decided to name it that because M4A1 is such a popular name, right? And people are familiar with it. So this blaster I've shown you before. It's got semi-automatic, automatic. It's got some UV lights and stuff inside it, which is really supposed to help with those glow gels. So there's actually a UV light right here over the T-piece. But the reason I'm showing this to you opened up is, first off, I was doing some cosmetic mods to it because I plan on giving it away. It's not really anything we can do performance-wise, and that's what I was going to show you. But I'd also tell you about some of the mods I'm going to put on here. And again, of course, this will be a future giveaway. But the main thing here is looking inside. So really, to open it up, you're just removing screws. That's all you need is a screwdriver here. And then this shows you what it looks like inside. So it looks like a normal gearbox. However, we do have a little motherboard over here for the switch. Runs to a little UV light that's right here in the T-piece. The T-piece, you can see, is sealed inside the gearbox. That's unique. And then on the back end, the spring is basically sealed in there as well. Now, people ask about trying to upgrade all different kinds of blasters. And, you certainly can open this up, but this gearbox is not intended to be open, as are a lot of the inexpensive blasters out there, right? Now, if it's dead and you have nothing to lose, okay, go ahead and open it. But it's really not made to be opened. So there's obviously just screws to open it up, but it's also probably glued in places. So you just need to be careful if you ever come across one that's sealed like that. Really what they're saying is, we're not intending for you to open this, and I couldn't even tell you if it uses the same parts. Since it is see-through, we can see inside. Cylinder looks a little different. It's basically a cylinder and a tappet plate incorporated in one. That's not something you're going to find elsewhere. So that was the main point in showing you that. And then since the T-piece is incorporated in, primarily probably for this UV light, that means switching that out and switching the barrel, not really going to be worth doing either, right? So that's what I wanted to point out. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the mods I'm going to do. Basically took this piece, which was already here, right? I cut it, and then I'm going to just have this little over piece that goes over it so that you're going to get a threaded tip, okay? So that would just go on right there and fit in place. That'll just be basically glued and painted. Now, there's only this top rail here, which doesn't leave you a lot of options. And also because of this wideness here, I thought what I'd do is go ahead and make a canted rail. And then I made it extra wide so that it can get the optic out enough to the side so that you can actually use it, right? So we just got that, put a little diamond plate on top, and then my little sticker logo will go there. Of course, this still needs to be, sanded and prepped. Up front here was a little spot where I thought we could figure out how to put a grip. It's not really long enough, only about 25 millimeters. So I printed this piece. You can see it's obviously needs to be finished. That's going to mount on there. I'm actually going to figure out a way to mount it with rivet nuts on the inside so that when it pulls down, you're going to have a really firm, solid connection there. So I got a couple different things I'm going to try to figure out for that. All right. And then I'll just put like a lightweight foregrip on there, right? And lightweight for a couple reasons. I'm going to make sure it's really secure, but anyway, this fits perfect. And really, I was just looking for something that would fit on that rail, which is about a 50 millimeter rail. Up top here, there was nothing either. So we're going to incorporate a very small kind of riser piece because it's only 10 millimeters wide. So that is going to slightly rise so that the rail can fit on there. So this will just kind of go here. And then we'll have a nice little front rail where we can put a sight, or I'll put some sort of sight. Lastly, buffer tube attachment. Basically just modeled this up really quick, or built that really quick. Again, it still needs to be cleaned up, but that just slides on there. And since I'm going to just make this buffer tube permanently attached to this piece because there's not really any downside in doing that, and you can just go ahead and switch out for different stocks, and I'm sure I'll include several different ones. This one was just one I already had printed that I think actually goes pretty well with this kind of, I guess, it's a little bit of a futuristic design, but I'll also put like a standard M4A1 stock in there just because I have so many. So anyway, there it is, the BWINE M3a1, a look inside as to how it's set up, right? So I'll show it to you again. Get up close. Okay. And then I showed you some of the mods we're going to do. Again, just cosmetic stuff here. And like I said, this will be a future giveaway. So good luck to all of you who participate in those monthly giveaways. And of course, like, subscribe, ring the bell. I'm going to start saying that now to get those notifications, and share my channel with your friends. Thanks.